And they're naming a street after you.
I know. Deborah Vance Drive. It'll probably be a dead end with an abortion clinic on it.
On the heels of her award-winning star turn in the comedy series Hacks, Jean Smart is taking on a very different role on a much different stage. A one-woman show on Broadway, which is where Tracy Smith caught up with her.
It's going to be a whole different animal doing a one-woman show. And backstage it'll be very lonely. We're sitting in my dressing room going, I thought you were particularly good last night. Oh, really? Thank you. Thank you. I thought you were very funny. Oh, no. Oh, no, seriously, you nailed that joke in Act 2.
See, I could just watch this for an hour.
If you like watching Jean Smart on screen,
Come on, Isabel, aren't you happy?
seeing her perform in person is truly a whole other level.
Anyway, she marches me into this brand new building, has me sign up for a library card. She tells me she's a friend of the libraries. I didn't know her libraries had friends.
In the new Broadway play, Call Me Izzy, Jean Smart is a naive but brilliant woman trapped in a violent marriage. She has a talent for writing that she needs to hide from her abusive husband.
So late at night, after Ferd's gone to sleep, sneak into the bathroom.
So she spends her nights pouring out her soul writing poetry on scraps of toilet paper.
And so we flicked, the lightning bug and I, while as she glimmers star-like in the black, I wish on her my man would say goodbye and send my floodlight lightning flooding back. I've never done a one-woman show, so yes, it's mildly terrifying. More than mildly, because there's no one else on stage to bail you out if you screw up. She tells me that according to Professor
In the preview we saw, she didn't screw up, not once,
on days when the trailer gets too small,
as she transformed into a woman whose only escape from her dreary life is in books.
what should I read first? I've lived here in Mansfield all my life. Mansfield's a pretty old town, since 1843.
Before she brought Izzy to Broadway,
These old sayings just come out.
Smart fine-tuned the character in a Burbank, California studio last month with the help of the playwright Jamie Wax.
Fruit of the Loom. I always thought that was a pretty flowery name for cheap cotton growers.
Full disclosure, Jamie is a CBS News colleague with a really fascinating side gig.
This moment is a long time coming.
Long time coming.
How long?
I mean, total idea of basing a play on my aunt and her voice and starting the work on it, 35 years.
35 years ago, Jean Smart was a rising TV star, but her showbiz life really began on the stage. The Seattle native spent years doing theater after college, and she was 32 when she moved to Los Angeles for her TV debut.
Oh, that reminds me of this story. These friends of my parents are not very sophisticated, bless their hearts. And one night they went to this real fancy restaurant and they ordered quiche off the menu, only they called it a quickie. Can you imagine?
Oh, you're joking.
I'm not, it was a hoot.
Designing Women was a big hit for CBS and for Smart personally.
And I'll say it again.
And I'll say amen.
In 1986, when actor Richard Gilliland guest starred on the show as Annie Potts' boyfriend, lightning struck on the set.
When you first saw Richard, did you know?
Apparently, because we were never apart from that day. As Dixie Carter used to say, got to have me some of that.
They were married in 1987, and 2 years later, when she was pregnant with their first child, they worked it into the Designing Women script.
Well, that young could be anything.
Wow, she could be the next leader of the free world.
Well, that's right, she could, but she also could work at a car wash.
Wow, a car wash.
She left the show after 5 years and went on to do even more award-winning work. But nothing's hit quite as big as her current streaming series, the dark comedy Hacks.
It's going to be hard to work together if we can't communicate.
We don't work together. You work for me.
Smart plays a legendary Las Vegas comic opposite Hannah Einbinder as her long-suffering head writer.
Oh, good, my ride's here.
Wait, you're leaving me here?
Yep.
Audiences love it. So do Emmy voters.
And the Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series goes to Jean Smart.
But Emmy Night 2022 was bittersweet, coming just 6 months and a day after her husband died unexpectedly of a heart condition at age 71.
I would not be here without him, without his kind of putting his career on the back burner so that I could take advantage of all the wonderful opportunities that I've had.
Smart was suddenly a single mom. One of their 2 sons was still young enough to live at home. And it all happened just as she was wrapping up Hack's first season with only 5 days left to shoot.
I had one rough day where we were doing a funeral scene, and I thought, I don't know if I can do this. But I took an Ativan. These people are exhausted. It's exhausting to lose a loved one.
And just like the determined women she plays, she powered through.
You, sir, how did you know Dennis?
He was my cousin.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
So what was the drunkest you ever saw him?
Now, at 73, Smart seems unstoppable. The question is, where she goes from here.
When you look at the broad future, what do you think?
Well, looking at the future at my age now isn't as fun as it used to be. Yeah. Do I wish all of this had happened 20 years ago? Absolutely. I felt like I could have made a lot more use out of that career boost 20 years ago. Because there's so many parts now I simply can't play just because of my age, so that's very frustrating, But I am extraordinarily grateful for all the amazing things that have been coming my way, and I can't explain it. A residency in Massachusetts, never been to Massachusetts.
We do know that she'll be on stage as Izzy until late summer, and in the fall she'll turn back into Deborah Vance from Hacks. And after that, maybe Jean Smart will just be Jean.
I also look forward to doing, for a little while anyway, nothing. I call that just getting to be a person. I mean, this is lovely, this interview, but sometimes you just go, oh, I have another interview. God. I get so tired of the sound of my own voice.
I can understand that.
People are going to get so sick of me.
Oh, no.
Or maybe they can't get enough.